Lorenz along with you on the Travel Michigan radio program, and we head to Ypsilanti next to learn about some of the events happening this year. And of course, the one coming up very soon is all about cars. And Christine Lawhern, the manager of marketing and communications with the Ypsilanti area CVB, is here to help us learn about the 33rd annual Ypsilanti area Show and Shine car show coming up May 6th. So this is a one-day car show, right, Christine?
That's correct.
Yeah, so now you have, I know, several events that are car-related in Ypsilanti. Why do people come to Ypsilanti for car activities?
Well, I think that, Ypsilanti has a rich history and automotive heritage with the Henry Ford, right, on Ford Lake, and the museums. We've got the first ever Hudson car dealership right here, and it's the last remaining one. So that's our Automotive Heritage Museum. It's located right in Depot Town.
Yeah, I've been there so many times, and I think it is such an interesting place. And I can't think of the operator's name, but he's such an interesting man, and he knows so much about the story of Hudson and how the operation lasted so long, and it's just a fun museum to visit.
Yeah, definitely. He is the Miller Motors has just been around for decades now.
Jack,
and
there you go. Yep.
They know tons of. They've got just a ton of heritage there.
Well, and even though people don't think of this maybe as being car related, but the Fireman's Museum has lots of fire trucks in Ypsilanti as well. So you get a kind of a different understanding of the automobile. In this case, being fire trucks.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So let's learn about this Show and Shine car show. It's May 6th. What can people expect when they visit Ypsi for this event?
Well, it's right on the banks of the Huron River in Riverside Park, so it's a beautiful setting for a car show. It's where most of our car shows are. This particular one is going to have a SWAT meet, National Street Rod Association vehicle inspections, a Pinewood Derby, food vendors, trivia, prizes, and a lot more happening.
Now, are the cars all from one era, or are they, just muscle cars, or are they, a real mix of cars for this show?
It pretty much runs the gamut. There's motorcycles, there's newer cars, there's older cars from, like the 70s all the way down to the 20s. And some of them are, fixed up and ready to go, and others are still kind of a work in progress. And it's kind of interesting just to see, the progression there.
Well, we have so many car shows in the state. This has been going around for 33 years, so you certainly have figured out a great way to run a car show. Any idea how many cars are being shown?
I'd say it's about 150 to 200.
I've gone to several of them. It seems like when I'm just driving by and I see a car show, I just can't help but stopping in and just talking to the owners of the cars, men and women these days. I remember when I first started doing this, it was very rare to see a woman showing one of the cars, but today you'll find both men and women showing off cars.
Oh, yeah. And this is, like we said, the perfect place to do it, right in Depot Town, right on the Huron River. It's just a beautiful setting for a car show. You start about
9 o'clock in the morning?
Yep, 9 o'clock in the morning till 1 p.m.
And what do folks generally do, for the rest of the day when they come in for the car show?
Well, we've got several antique stores in the area, so people tend to stroll around Depot Town, go to, the local restaurants, Sidetrack, or check out the brewery, or visit the Auto Heritage Museum, or check out the Firehouse Museum. And it's all within, a 1 to 2 block radius, so it's just a great place to walk around and check out the town.
Now, what does it cost to actually come in to see the cars?
It's a $2 spectator donation.
Okay.
And then I think you can also register the day of to be in the show for $20.
Okay, very good. Well, it sounds good. So that's May 6th, the 33rd annual Ypsilanti Area Show and Shine Car Show, one of the earlier car shows around the state. They'll start to pop off all over the state pretty soon. You have other car shows later in the year, right?
Oh, man, we have car shows throughout the whole summer. It just goes on and on.
What are some that people might want to put on their calendar?
Well, the Michigan Vintage Volkswagen Car Show is May 20th, and that's always a big one for us. People come actually across the region to show their vintage Volkswagens, Beetles, vans, buses, So those are great. That's a great one to check out.
There are that many that they can still kind of converge in one place and show off their cars.
They converge, all right.
Huh. Wow, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So vintage Volkswagens, that's May 20th at Riverside Park.
That's May 20th.
What other car shows do you have?
We have cruise nights every Thursday right in Depot Town. They block off the street, and normally about 100 to 150 cars come out for that every Thursday. We also have the Great Race, which is a cross-country rally, typically involving about 100 antique and vintage cars and trucks.
I have been hearing about this.
Yeah.
And this basically, it goes at several locations, right?
Yeah, yep, and it ends actually the day that it ends. It stops in Ypsilanti for lunch, so that's July 1st. And then they'll be heading over to Dearborn to the Henry Ford to wrap it up.
That's the wrap-up of the whole event, because this is a big deal. It just keeps on going for a long, long time. I know it's going through Traverse City and several other places because we've had some previous conversations. Now, do you have any, I know you do a lot of car shows, but do you do any motorcycle shows as well?
Oh, yeah. We've got the Ton Up Motorcycle Show, and that is June 30th. And that normally they, block off the street, and it's just amazing to see how many motorcycles can fit into one block area.
And is it kind of similar to the car shows where people have made a lot of improvements to their bikes and kind of showing all that off?
Oh, yeah. Yep. And it goes, there's a cafe racer right in Depot Town. They kind of help coordinate the event, and there's food and other different events happening at that same festival.
Seems like you have a Camaro show maybe later in the summer?
Yep, we've got the Camaro Superfest, and that is happening in July. That's July 6th through the 8th.
6th through the 8th of July. And then, of course, I think, at least if it's not your biggest event, I would think it's certainly growing. Michigan's Elvis Fest is something that in our office, everybody talks about it every year, coming up mid-July. Yeah,
July 13th and 14th. The Elvis Fest, normally we have approximately a dozen Elvis tribute artists, along with other tribute artists like Tom Jones or Roy Orbison, and that's also held in Riverside Park, right on the Huron River. It's a 2-day event, Friday and Saturday, and normally we get about 4,000 to 5,000 people that come out for that. It's a great time. You get lots of Elvis memorabilia.
Well, you have all the different, variations of Elvis from the I forget what they call themselves, not impersonators.
The tribute artists.
The tribute artists, thank you. Yeah, the tribute artists from all different eras of Elvis's life. You got the big Elvis, the young Elvis, the kind of sweaty Elvis.
Military Elvis, Hawaii Elvis.
Yeah, yes, that's a fun thing. So that's July 13th and 14th. Again, Riverside Park seems to be a big a location for all your big events.
Oh, yeah. And that same in July, we also have the Summer Beer Festival. That'll also be in Riverside Park.
Now, is that basically Michigan microbrews?
Yep.
Right.
It's the 16th annual this year, and it's about 60 brewers from across the state converge in Riverside Park on the 27th and 28th of July.
Well, it looks like you basically have a different event almost every weekend all year long.
Oh, yeah.
It's incredible. Lots of things.
If you come to Ypsi, there's always something to do.
Well, it all kind of kicks off for this year, May 6th, the 33rd Annual Ypsilanti Area Show and Shine Car Show. Don't miss that, Riverside Park in Ypsilanti. I want to thank Christine Lawhern, Manager of Marketing Communications for the Ypsilanti Area CVB, for being with us today. And if you'd like more information on any of these events, all you have to do is go to visitypsinow.com. That's visit YPSI for more information. Of course, you can go to michigan.org for information on all these various festivals and events all throughout the state, including right now, we can tell you about the Jackson Story Fest. That's actually started today. It's already underway, and it goes through next Saturday, so you can enjoy that. They've been celebrating storytelling for like 25 years in Jackson. They have the big family matinee this coming Saturday. So check that out. You'll enjoy that, I'm sure. Over in Brighton, actually in Howell, now that I think about it, at the Brighton Recreation Area, Friday through Sunday of this coming weekend, they actually have hovercraft racing. Now, this is the National Hovercraft Champions Race for 2012. Should be a different type of race. I'm sure you haven't seen many hovercraft racing. So that's coming up this coming Friday through Sunday in Howell at the recreation area. And the last one we have time to tell you about, the Blue Man Group is performing at the Fisher Theater. Boy, this group, I've seen them perform before. They're really fantastic. They start Tuesday. They go through like mid-May, going to be performing at the Fisher, and you will enjoy them. It's kind of hard to describe them. Kind of strange comedy music, weird technology and lights, and you'll just enjoy it at the Fisher starting Tuesday. If you'd like more information on any of these events, just head to the website for more information. And we'll be back with more from Holland. Learn about the Tulip Time Festival next, right here on Travel Michigan, where your trip begins at michigan.org.